Justin Bieber has reportedly issued a stern hands-off warning to Jacob Elordi after the actor was seen kissing Kendall Jenner at Justin's exclusive Coachella after-party. Bieber's explosive reaction, given his history with Kendall, is the kind of story the internet was built for. So let's get into what happened when Bieberchella stopped being about the music and became the backdrop for Hollywood's newest rumored romance. It starts on a Saturday night in April 2026. In the desert, outside Indio, California, Justin Bieber had broken multiple records in merchandise and ticket sales, earning the title of the highest-paid Coachella performer in history by raking in over $10 million for his headlining sets. During the first weekend of the Coachella Festival, Bieber performed his first set on the main stage with around 125,000 people in attendance and 100 million people tuning in online. This was not just a concert, this was a cultural event. And inside that cultural event, two people who had never publicly been linked before ended up crossing paths in a way that would dominate headlines for weeks. It all took place reportedly during Justin Bieber's much-hyped Coachella set, already dubbed Bieberchella by fans. Among the celebrities and stars watching his headlining performance was Jacob Elordi, who was seen fully locked into the set, singing along and wearing a swag hat, nodding to Bieber's latest era. Nearby, cameras and live streams caught Timothée Chalamet with Kylie Jenner, adding even more star power to an already packed moment. But while the set itself made noise, what happened after is what set social media off. Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi first sparked rumors of a romantic connection at Coachella, after Dukesmoy reported they were making out and all over each other at Justin Bieber's after-party. Some accounts even claimed the two were kissing, though those claims remain unconfirmed and have not been backed by clear photos. There it was, two of Hollywood's most high-profile singles, getting cozy at a party thrown by a man whose own romantic history with Kendall Jenner is one of the most talked-about open secrets in pop culture. According to the outlet, a source said the pair were all over each other during an event hosted by Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, while another insider described them as not serious. The report added that Jenner is 100% Elordi's type, and they hung out again Sunday. This is the kind of story that feeds itself. Every quote from an insider adds another layer. Every unnamed source confirms something while simultaneously keeping things vague enough to leave room for speculation. And then there's the Justin Bieber angle. This is the same Justin Bieber who was photographed with Kendall at Coachella in 2015. The same Bieber who took her to dinner in Paris in 2014, while he was on again, off again with Selena Gomez. Justin previously suggested that he and Kendall casually dated 3 years before he married her best friend Hailey. In a 2015 interview with Billboard, Justin addressed rumors about his relationship with Kendall, stating, "Things were never serious between the two of us." That line, "never serious," has echoed through the years and become a punchline, a point of curiosity, and a reason fans never quite believed the full story. Coachella in April 2026 was supposed to be about Justin Bieber's grand return to the stage. The two headline sets, quickly labeled Bieberchella across social media, marked Bieber's first major live performances in 4 years, following health complications. His diagnosis of Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, which caused partial facial paralysis, had led him to step back from touring and public appearances, reinforcing a period of relative distance from the spotlight. The pop star had spent years away, battling a condition that attacked the nerves in his face, struggling through recovery behind closed doors, while the world watched from a respectful distance. And then, as if answering every prayer his fan base had whispered since 2022, he walked onto the Coachella main stage in Indio, California, wearing an oversized hoodie, a pair of shorts, and a grin that hadn't been seen in public in years. At the height of his teeny bopper fame, Bieber was known for involved pop performances that included background dancers, a full onstage band, dance breaks, and serenades of individual lucky fans. On the Coachella main stage, though, Bieber opted to stand solo, without dancers or a band, while dressed in a relaxed outfit for a decidedly unadorned performance, on a minimalist stage design that resembled a giant circular sofa. The staging was stripped down to its bones. No elaborate choreography, no pyrotechnics, no costume changes, just a man, a microphone, and a laptop. Not only did Bieber bring one special guest to the stage, but he also brought out SZA, Big Sean, Dijon, and Billie Eilish. The crowd went from curious to emotional almost instantly. The Coachella fans erupted in tears and cheers for Eilish when she was featured as the one less lonely girl in Bieber's song. But the spectacle wasn't just on stage. An astonishing constellation of celebrities had gathered to witness Bieberchella firsthand. Reports from the crowd described everyone from Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry dancing together to Adele and Bad Bunny watching from VIP. Hailey Bieber was seen in the front row supporting her husband, who even took a moment during Everything Hallelujah to acknowledge her. Kim Kardashian and British racing driver Lewis Hamilton were seen enjoying Justin Bieber's performance. Adding to the scale of it all, Bieber's appearance reportedly came with a $10 million payday, making it one of the most lucrative festival sets in Coachella history. And somewhere in that sea of fame, Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi were watching too. Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi first spawned dating speculation after they were spotted dancing near each other at Justin Bieber's set. Nobody thought twice about it in the moment. Two well-known people at a music festival. What's the story? The story was waiting in the hours that followed. Because once the lights on the main stage dimmed, the real drama moved from the desert floor. It wasn't long before Du Moy, an anonymous celebrity tip line, reported that a source saw them getting cozy at an after-party in the desert. The tip was explosive in its simplicity. Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi making out at Justin Bieber's after-party, the internet, which had spent the evening celebrating Bieberchella with memes, and tearful reaction videos pivoted instantly. Screenshots of the Dugsmoy blind circulated across every social media platform within minutes. Fan accounts began cataloging every known interaction between the two, before most people on the East Coast had finished their Saturday night. What made the tip especially volatile was the location. This wasn't some random Hollywood club or a fashion week after party in Paris. This was Justin Bieber's after party, hosted by Justin and Hailey Bieber themselves. Reported Kendall and Jacob were locking lips at Justin's after party. The proximity to Bieber turned what might have been a standard dating rumor into something layered with history, tension, and unresolved questions about the tangled web connecting Bieber, Kendall, and the entire Kardashian-Jenner dynasty. According to the outlet, a source said the pair were all over each other during an event hosted by Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, while another insider described them as not serious. Those two statements existing side by side captured the strange duality of the entire situation. On one hand, physical intensity, the sources couldn't even agree on whether this was something or nothing. On Tuesday, April 21, people reported that an insider had recently revealed that Jacob and Kendall had begun dating way before their Coachella sighting. They've been hanging out and getting to know each other the last couple of months. The tipster revealed, leaving the internet in a frenzy. So this wasn't a Coachella fling. This wasn't two people who locked eyes across a crowded desert party and made an impulsive decision. This was something that had been building beneath the surface for months, carefully hidden from the public eye, and accidentally exposed by one very public night in the California desert. They were an item as far back as early February. So it's been a while. It helps that they have both been in Los Angeles a lot for the past couple of months. It has really given them time to bond, an insider said. February, that's 2 full months before Coachella. 2 months of quiet dinners, private hangouts, and carefully managed schedules, all while the public had no idea the Coachella moment wasn't the beginning of their story. The US Sun also noted Elordi's previous relationship with Olivia Jade Giannulli ended in October 2025. That's less than 4 months before Jacob allegedly started spending time with Kendall. In the world of celebrity timelines, that's a tight turnaround, especially when the breakup wasn't exactly clean. By January 2026, the duo was spotted together again in New York City, sparking speculation about another reconciliation. On January 14th, they both attended the same Frankenstein screening and were later spotted having dinner with Elordi's parents. So let's piece this together. In October 2025, Jacob and Olivia Jade reportedly split. In January 2026, they were spotted at the same Frankenstein screening and having dinner with Jacob's parents. In early 2026, after the couple was spotted attending a screening of Frankenstein in New York City. A source told Us Weekly that the pair aren't putting a label on their relationship or seriously dating. There are still strong feelings between them, and they do enjoy their time when they get to see each other. And then just a few weeks later, by February 2026, Jacob was reportedly spending time with Kendall. The overlap is the kind of thing tabloids feast on. and fans were quick to notice. Meanwhile, Kendall had been publicly single since her breakup with Bad Bunny. Kendall Jenner was most recently linked to musician Bad Bunny, a relationship that reportedly ended in late 2023. Since then, the model has spoken about entering a me era, focusing on her personal growth as she approached her 30th birthday. She had spent all of 2024 and most of 2025 without a confirmed romantic partner. That extended period of singledom was, by Kardashian-Jenner standards, practically unprecedented, and yet beneath the surface, connections were quietly forming. Fans were quick to point back to a previous encounter at the 2026 Vanity Fair Oscars party in March, where the two were reportedly seen deep in conversation. Photographs captured the two standing in close conversation, alone. What might have been dismissed as small talk between acquaintances now looked like two people who already had an understanding. The Vanity Fair party wasn't their only recent point of intersection either. They also attended overlapping events through the Chalamet-Kylie connection, including the 2026 Golden Globes and the Actors Guild Awards. The bridge between them was structurally sound. Jacob Elordi is close friends with Timothée Chalamet, who has been publicly linked to Kylie Jenner since 2024. Two best friends, Kylie and Timothée, dating each other, while their respective circles naturally pulled Kendall and Jacob into the same room, the same after-parties, the same quiet dinners. And it was Kylie, allegedly, who turned proximity into something more. Kylie liked him and thought he would be good for Kenny, so she was like, "Girl, get on it, date this guy already," the source said. Kylie is the alpha sister and pushed Kenny to start a romance with Jacob because she wanted to set up double dates with Timothée. She thought it would be fun if she and Timothée and Kenny and Jacob all hung out together. The matchmaker wasn't fate, and it wasn't Coachella. It was Kylie Jenner who saw an opportunity for a double date empire and made it happen. To understand why this entire situation carries the weight that it does, you have to understand the history between Justin Bieber and Kendall Jenner. It's a history that neither of them has ever fully explained. One that has been whispered about in tabloid columns, dissected in Reddit threads, and cautiously danced around in interviews for over a decade. Justin Bieber's connection to the Kardashian-Jenner family runs surprisingly deep. From being neighbors with one of them and selling his mansion to another, to having flirty moments with Kylie and even sparking brief dating rumors with Kendall. The pop star has long been entangled in the world of reality TV royalty. The seeds were planted when Bieber was barely old enough to drive. Bieber has been pals with everyone in the Kardashian family for years, but the most notable moment between him and Kim was back in 2010. In the summer of 2010, Kim, then around 30, and Bieber, then 16, did a photo shoot for Elle magazine inspired by the movie The Graduate. In 2010, Kim Kardashian earned the wrath of believers everywhere when Bieber jokingly posted a picture with her to his Twitter page and called her his girlfriend. Shortly thereafter, Kim took to Twitter to let Bieber know that she was getting death threats from his fans. Even then, the Bieber-Kardashian connection was volatile, intense, and impossible for the public to look away from. But the real intrigue came a few years later, when the attention shifted from Kim to her younger sisters, and particularly to Kendall. Justin Bieber and Kendall Jenner's connection has long teased the tabloids, with romantic tension and fashion-forward flair. In September 2014, the duo fueled speculation when they were spotted dining together in Paris. The two were dressed elegantly, driving through the city in a Rolls-Royce, and enjoying what seemed like an intimate evening at Ferdy restaurant. This wasn't a group dinner. This wasn't a casual meetup at some industry party. This was a candlelit evening in one of the most romantic cities on Earth, and the entire entertainment press took notice. The Paris dinner happened during a particularly turbulent period in Bieber's personal life. He was in the midst of one of his many breakups with Selena Gomez, and the optics of spending an evening with Kendall Jenner in Paris, of all places, were devastating. Gomez was told by her ex that he was having dinner with his security team, and that they would attend the CR fashion book party later in the day. But the singer quickly realized that Bieber actually arranged plans to spend time with Jenner before showing up at the star-studded event with his then-girlfriend. The revelation hit like a detonation in celebrity gossip circles. Selena was absolutely livid when she found out Justin had dinner with Kendall. He lied to her about it. According to sources at the time, Gomez changed her travel plans and left Paris early, devastated by what she perceived as a betrayal. She was so angry that she changed her flight to come back to LA 2 days early and told him their relationship was over again. The Kendall-Justin-Selena triangle became one of the defining celebrity drama storylines of the mid-2010s, and it burned bridges between Jenner and Gomez that took years to even partially repair. The famous women shared a brief friendship in 2014, having been spotted attending Coachella together that very same year, but after the fiasco involving Bieber, they've chosen to keep their distance from one another. The irony is almost poetic. Kendall and Selena's friendship crumbled at Coachella in 2014 because of Justin Bieber, and now in 2026, Kendall's newest romantic entanglement was ignited at Coachella because of Justin Bieber's afterparty. The festival has a way of acting as a backdrop for the most consequential moments in these people's lives. After the Paris incident, the Kendall-Justin rumors continued to simmer. Months later, the pair took their chemistry to the pages of Vogue, appearing together in the April 2015 issue's Hollywood's New Brat Pack shoot by Mario Testino, where they exchanged cozy, stylish looks, fanning the flames of romance rumors. The Vogue shoot was professionally stunning but personally loaded. Every pose felt deliberate, every glance weighted with implications that neither party seemed interested in publicly addressing. The rumor first came about when Bieber and Jenner took part in a photo shoot for Vogue magazine, but fans were doubtful about any sort of romance blossoming between the two, just because they had worked together for a featured spread. A month later, however, the Somebody to Love chart topper posted a very revealing photo of himself with Jenner, which appeared to indicate that the doting duo was in fact more than just friends. The photo was Polaroid style, casual, intimate, and deliberately ambiguous. The kind of image that says, "We are more than this," without ever spelling it out. Fans analyzed the photo like it was a CIA briefing. Was she touching his arm? Were they leaning in? Was this cropped from something more revealing? Yet, Kendall has consistently downplayed any romantic implications, telling Nightline in November 2014 that Justin was just a longtime friend of her family. Kendall has time and again insisted that reports of anything more than them being friends should not be taken seriously. The party line never changed. Just friends, family friends, known him forever. But the party line is one thing, and the photographic evidence, the dinners in Paris, the Coachella nights, the intimate Vogue shoots, the Polaroids, paints a substantially more nuanced picture. Even Kendall's own half-brother couldn't help but read between the lines. "I'm sure she's having a fun time with him," Brody Jenner told the New York Daily News. "She has a very level head, great head on her shoulders, but they are both so young." The phrase "having a fun time" was the kind of gentle non-denial that families deploy when they know something is happening but aren't authorized to confirm it. Brody didn't deny it, he just placed it in context. They were young, they were having fun, and whatever was happening on Kendall's terms. And then there was the Selena Gomez wrinkle that refused to go away. It was also claimed by a source that on one particular occasion, Gomez went through Bieber's phone, where she found several text messages from Jenner, which indicated that the pair had been spending plenty of time together. In 2014, tensions flared between Justin and Selena when she reportedly discovered flirtatious texts and photos from Kylie Jenner on Justin Bieber's phone, which allegedly strained their friendship and prompted Selena to unfollow both Kylie and Kendall on Instagram. The text message discovery became a watershed moment. Gomez didn't just distance herself from Bieber over it. She unfollowed both Jenner sisters on social media, a nuclear option in the world of celebrity friendships. Despite the chaos, Kendall always maintained the same position. Kendall explained, "Justin Bieber was like the pop star of my time. I feel like I must have had a 12-year-old crush on him." Before you get any ideas, however, she quickly noted, "Not anymore though." The admission of a childhood crush, combined with the quick denial, became one of those moments that fans hold on to forever. The "not anymore though" felt a little too rehearsed, a little too emphatic, as if she was trying to close a door that kept creaking open. Fast forward to 2018, and the dynamics shifted permanently, when Justin married Hailey Baldwin, one of Kendall's closest friends. Today, Justin Bieber is happily married to Hailey Bieber, a longtime friend of Kendall Jenner. The two models have been close for years, often seen vacationing together and attending fashion events side by side. Despite past rumors linking Kendall and Justin, the trio maintains a friendly and drama-free dynamic. In fact, Kendall has continued to support the couple publicly, and all three have been spotted hanging out. The friendship triangle between Justin, Hailey, and Kendall has been remarkably stable in recent years. but not without its moments of tension. A recent Instagram post by Justin Bieber featuring Kendall Jenner reignited discussions about their long-standing friendship and the relationships between the Biebers and the Kardashian-Jenner family. The photo, shared on August 16, 2025, shows Justin sitting at a Los Angeles bar, listening intently as Kendall appears to tell a story close to his ear. Justin's focused expression and Kendall's animated gesture led fans to analyze the moment. The image was exactly the kind of thing that fans dissect for hours. And they did. Hailey Bieber, Justin's wife and Kendall's close friend, responded to the post with a lighthearted comment. "It's always Kendall telling a story with her hands." The comment earned over 65,000 likes and was widely viewed as Hailey's attempt to diffuse the situation with humor. But fans were skeptical in the comment section, with one commenting, "Kendall is always too close to somebody's man." The implication was clear. No matter how many years pass, no matter how many friendships solidify, the ghost of the Justin-Kendall history haunts every interaction between them. Jacob Elordi, the man walking into the storm. Jacob Elordi didn't ask to be part of a love triangle stretching back a decade. But when you start spending time with Kendall Jenner, that's exactly what you inherit. The 28-year-old Australian actor has built his career, with a careful eye towards separating his professional life from the tabloid frenzy that surrounds it. "I have a pretty strong refusal to lose my life to an industry," he explained on CBS Sunday Morning. "I consider myself an actor and just an actor." That commitment to privacy has been tested repeatedly. Jacob Elordi has dated a string of high-profile stars, including Joey King, Zendaya, Kaya Gerber, Olivia Jade Giannulli, and Bianca Finch. Elordi's relationships have been publicized through social media posts, red carpet appearances, and paparazzi sightings, with some romances lasting over a year. Every relationship he's had since entering the public eye has been cataloged, analyzed, and debated in real time by millions of people. He's been photographed holding hands in New York, sharing clothes with supermodels, and vacationing in Italy, all while trying to maintain the facade of a normal personal life. The pattern begins with Joey King, his co-star in The Kissing Booth. Elordi first rose to fame thanks to his portrayal of Noah in Netflix's 2018 teen rom-com The Kissing Booth. On set for the movie, he found real-life romance with his on-screen love interest, Joey King, who played protagonist Elle. The two dated for a year, much to the delight of Kissing Booth fans, before quietly splitting in 2018, shortly after the first movie's release. The split was amicable enough at first, but it grew complicated when the franchise demanded sequels, meaning Elordi and King had to continue playing lovers on screen, while navigating a real-life breakup. That tension eventually boiled over publicly. Elordi knocked the Kissing Booth franchise in an interview with GQ. "I didn't want to make those movies before I made those movies," he said. "Those movies are ridiculous. They're not universal. They're an escape." The comments stung. They stung the franchise, they stung the fans who had adored it, and they stung Joey King, who didn't hold back. "I think it's unfortunate anyone would feel that way," she said. The exchange revealed something essential about Elordi. He was already, even then, trying to outrun the image that had made him famous. After King came Zendaya, a relationship that remains among the most debated in recent Hollywood memory. Paparazzi continued to snap photos of the two on PDA-filled dates in New York City. But when the world went into lockdown after the COVID-19 pandemic began in early 2020, the couple reportedly quarantined in separate corners of the globe, with Elordi in his home country of Australia and Zendaya in Los Angeles. The relationship ultimately fizzled out. Neither ever fully confirmed the romance, leaving it in that frustrating liminal space between definitely something and officially nothing. Then came Kaya Gerber, and with her, the first glimpse of the kind of relationship Elordi seemed to genuinely want. The following year, Gerber opened up to Vogue about how dating Elordi changed her outlook on love. "Being able to be with someone I trust, where we don't want anything from each other, having a safe, steady relationship like that, has really opened my eyes to the possibilities of love." The relationship lasted over a year and appeared, from the outside, to be the most stable chapter in Elordi's dating history. But by November 2021, it was over. And then Olivia Jade, the daughter of actress Lori Loughlin and designer Massimo Giannulli, the same couple who became synonymous with the 2019 college admissions scandal, became Elordi's most enduring relationship. The Frankenstein star reportedly dated influencer Olivia Jade Giannulli from December 2021 to October 2025. 4 years on and off. breakups and reconciliations that cycled with almost predictable regularity. In August 2022, reports claimed they'd broken up. By summer 2023, however, they appeared to have reconciled, as photos published by People showed Elordi and Giannoli vacationing together in Italy. Even their final breakup wasn't clean. 2 years later, in August 2025, People reported that they'd recently decided to call it quits. A plot twist came the following month, at the Toronto International Film Festival premiere of his film Frankenstein. People captured video of the influencer joining Elordi after the red carpet. The actor appeared to hold the train of her dress as they entered the theater for the film's screening. The gesture was exquisitely ambiguous, chivalrous enough to be platonic, intimate enough to be romantic. Nobody knew what to make of it, and neither Jacob nor Olivia Jade offered clarification. And then came the January 2026 sighting that made things even murkier. By January 2026, the duo was spotted together again in New York City, sparking speculation about another reconciliation. On January 14th, they both attended the same Frankenstein screening and were later spotted having dinner with Elordi's parents. Dinner with his parents. That's not something you do with an ex you're casually running into. That's something you do with someone who still occupies a specific emotional space in your life. And this was happening according to timelines at roughly the same period when Elordi was allegedly beginning to spend time with Kendall Jenner. Elordi's professional life, meanwhile, was experiencing its most significant surge. At this year's Venice Film Festival, Elordi's film, Frankenstein, directed by the filmmaking genius Guillermo del Toro, received one of the longest standing ovations. The acclaim for Frankenstein represented a critical turning point, the moment Elordi ceased being the guy from the kissing booth and Nate from Euphoria, and became a serious actor with genuine awards season credentials. Days after experiencing the biggest moment of his career so far, Jacob Elordi started trending on social media once again after Warner Bros. Pictures dropped the trailer of Wuthering Heights. Elordi will be seen opposite Margot Robbie in this psychological romantic gothic drama. It was during this awards season that the Kendall connection solidified. Reports surfaced in April 2026 that Elordi had been dating Kendall Jenner for months, after allegedly being introduced by the model's sister Kylie Jenner. Kylie notably is in a relationship with Timothée Chalamet and was reportedly around Jacob a lot during Timothée's award season marathon, because Jacob was nominated for Frankenstein and Timothée was nominated for Marty Supreme. The awards season circuit, the screenings, the parties, the dinners, became the invisible infrastructure of their relationship. Every premiere, every industry gathering was another opportunity for two people being gently pushed together by circumstance and sisterly encouragement. The Daily Mail source revealed that Kendall's younger sister Kylie was the one who got Jacob out of the friend zone. The phrase "out of the friend zone" implies that Kendall and Jacob had been friends for a while, that the romantic potential was there but dormant, and that it took an external push from Kylie to catalyze the shift. The supermodel was a little hesitant at first just because of the friendship. She shares with the Frankenstein actor, a source exclusively told Page 6, they've known each other forever and run in the same circles. Kendall didn't rush into this. She hesitated. She weighed the risks. She knew what was at stake, not just a potential relationship, but a friendship, a social circle, and the inevitable media hurricane. Kendall Jenner's approach to romantic relationships has always been the quietest chapter in the Kardashian-Jenner playbook. While her sisters have famously lived their love lives in front of cameras, Kim with Kanye, Kourtney with Scott, Kylie with Travis, Kendall has historically kept things close to the vest. Jenner addressed her approach to dating in a prior interview with Vogue Australia. I personally think that bringing things into the public makes everything so much messier. That philosophy has guided nearly every romantic decision she's made in the public eye. And yet, her dating history reads like a VIP guest list at an NBA All-Star party. Kendall Jenner was romantically linked to Bad Bunny, Devin Booker, Ben Simmons, Blake Griffin, AAP Rocky, and Harry Styles. The list is remarkable not just for its length, but for its diversity. Basketball players, rappers, rock stars, reggaeton icons. Each relationship followed a similar pattern. Quiet beginnings, paparazzi confirmation, a period of semi-public existence, and then an even quieter ending. No dramatic Instagram posts, no public breakup statements, just a slow fade into their no longer together. The Bad Bunny chapter was the most recent before Jacob Elordi. One of the most discussed chapters within Kendall Jenner's dating history was her romance with Puerto Rican star Bad Bunny, a union that began in early 2023. Bad Bunny hopped into Kendall's life in 2023, and they were first spotted in February on an apparent double date with Justin and Hailey Bieber. There's that Bieber connection again. Even Kendall's most recent relationship before Elordi began in the company of Justin and Hailey. The Biebers seem to orbit every significant romantic moment in Kendall's life. Like some kind of gravitational constant, the relationship with Bad Bunny played out across some of the most glamorous settings in the world. Then Kendall caught the Puerto Rican artist set at Coachella in April, and the following month they slipped into a Met Gala after-party together and twinned at a Lakers game. Numerous date nights ensued, and they sat together at the Gucci show during Milan Fashion Week that September, but they were no longer a couple by the end of the year. Paris, Milan, Los Angeles, New York. The relationship was a globe-trotting affair that seemed serious enough to be the one. Until it wasn't. After the breakup, Kendall entered what sources described as a deliberate period of self-reflection. "I want to have some children, but not right away," the 30-year-old told Vogue France in an interview. "I want to make sure I can dedicate a lot of time to them, and for now, I'm still too busy." The statement was significant because it suggested that Kendall was thinking seriously about the trajectory of her life. Not just the next relationship, but the big picture questions about family, purpose, and identity. "The most important thing will be to stay true to myself and continue having a good time," she said. The Devin Booker exchange in January 2026 added another complication to the timeline. Under an ad Kendall did for Fanatics, Devin commented, "I bet $1 million the Seahawks get that ring before you do." And when Kendall replied, poking fun at the Phoenix Sun player's recent sprain by asking how his ankle was, Devin replied, "Come rub it." The exchange was playful, flirtatious, and very public, and it happened just weeks before Kendall was reportedly starting to spend time with Jacob Elordi. Whether it was harmless banter between exes or something more, it complicated the narrative of Kendall being fully emotionally available for a new relationship. Against this backdrop, the Jacob Elordi connection carried a different kind of energy. The insider continued, "It didn't just happen overnight. They've been spending more time together lately, and it just kind of happened. It's easy between them, there's no pressure, and they're just seeing what happens." The language used by insiders to describe the Kendall-Jacob dynamic is strikingly different from the language that accompanied her previous relationships. No one is using words like intense or serious or committed. Instead, it's easy, casual, no pressure. The insider further added, "If you ask Jacob, he'd tell you that he'd jump at the chance to date Kendall, that she's the one keeping it from going to the next level." That line is remarkable because it flips the script entirely. Here, it's Jacob who's reportedly ready to dive in, and Kendall who's applying the brakes. The insider also explained that Jenner is a hardcore realist, and she is choosing not to escalate things despite the possibility. The insider further exclaimed, "Friends would love to see Jenner and Elordi make things official, but," she says, "it would ruin their friendship and their situationship." She insists that she's just not delusional enough to think Jacob is ready to settle down right now. The word delusional is doing heavy lifting in that quote. It suggests that Kendall has assessed the situation with a cold, analytical clarity that most people in the early stages of romance simply don't possess. She sees Jacob. She sees his history. She sees the pattern of on and off relationships, of women who came and went in revolving door fashion. And she's choosing to stay at the threshold rather than walk through the door. The Kendall who exists in 2026 is a significantly different person from the one who crushed on Bieber at 12 or dated a parade of NBA players in her early 20s. She turned 30 in November 2025, a milestone she's spoken about with surprising candor. "I am very much someone who, I know I am going to fall in love with you the second that I meet you," she said in a prior interview with Kourtney Kardashian's lifestyle platform Poosh. The quote reveals someone who trusts her instincts deeply, someone who doesn't need months of vetting to know whether a connection is real. If she felt it with Jacob, she knew it immediately. The question was never about feeling, it was about timing and trust and whether the circumstances could support something real. Her Instagram post in the days following Coachella added another layer. Turning to Instagram, the fashionista shared a cryptic post which featured a carousel of images. The uploaded post also shared a caption giving a nod to the One Less Lonely Girl hitmaker, which read, "Sun is out, hallelujah." Notably, the hype of the track came after the father of one gave a viral performance at the music festival, later becoming a social media trend. The Biebercella was also marked as a significant comeback for the crooner. as his Spotify streams spiked over 210%, with old songs going viral again. The caption was a direct reference to Bieber's Everything Hallelujah, the same song he performed at Coachella while acknowledging his wife and son. Whether the reference was innocent or loaded with meaning is a question that only Kendall can answer. But the timing, posting a Bieber lyric reference days after being seen with another man at Bieber's party, was the kind of move that guaranteed attention. And Kendall, who has spent her entire adult life navigating the difference between public perception and private reality, knows exactly how the internet processes these kinds of details. So, about that warning from Justin Bieber to Jacob Elordi in the weeks following Coachella, as the Kendall-Jacob rumor machine reached its peak velocity, one person remained conspicuously silent: Justin Bieber. No cryptic Instagram posts, no pointed lyrics, no indirect comments to the press. The man whose after-party served as the launchpad for Hollywood's newest rumored couple hasn't said a word about any of it. And in the celebrity world, silence is often the loudest statement of all. What we do know is that Justin and Hailey's relationship with the Kardashian-Jenner family remains one of the most stable alliances in Hollywood's social ecosystem. Kendall has been besties with Hailey Bieber for ages, and she's been known to double date with the married couple when she has a +1 in her life, or just chill with the duo on her own. Months after Kendall Jenner's split with NBA guard Devin Booker in fall 2022, the model's love life got an assist from friends Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber. The married duo were spotted enjoying a double date with the reality star and musician Bad Bunny in February 2023. Every time Kendall enters a new relationship, the Biebers are there, not as gatekeepers, but as fixtures in the social architecture. The idea that Bieber sent a warning to Elordi is the kind of narrative that the internet constructs when three celebrity stories collide at the same time. You have a man with a documented romantic history with a woman. You have that woman reportedly getting involved with a new man. And you have the first man's party serving as the backdrop for the new romance. The warning isn't something Bieber said publicly. It's something the internet felt, a reading of the situation through the lens of years of accumulated tabloid history. But there's a more grounded interpretation of the dynamics at play. Justin Bieber is a 32-year-old married father. He has a son named Jack. He has a wife he publicly adores. He has a music career that just experienced a massive resurgence. When performing his track Everything Hallelujah, Bieber shouted out his son Jack and his wife Hailey Bieber by saying, "Baby Jack Hallelujah, Hailey Babe Hallelujah." The man who stood on the Coachella stage and sang a love letter to his family doesn't appear to be someone brooding over an ex, whatever she was, from 2014. And yet, the proximity is impossible to ignore. Every single piece of the Kendall-Jacob story traces back to Bieber. They were first spotted together at his concert. They reportedly made out at his party. The social circle connecting them runs through Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner, who are themselves connected to the Biebers through years of overlapping friendships. Even Kendall's post-Coachella Instagram referenced Bieber's music. The web is so dense that every thread you pull leads back to the same center. It's about something more subtle: the protective instinct of someone who has been in Kendall's orbit since they were both teenagers, who knows how the celebrity dating machine works, and who has watched it chew up and spit out every person it touches, including himself. If there is a warning buried somewhere in the silence, it might simply be this: tread carefully. Not because of what was, but because of what could be. Jacob Elordi, for his part, seems to be approaching the situation with the same guardedness that has defined his entire public life. As of publication, neither Jenner nor Elordi has publicly addressed the reports. Both have historically maintained tight privacy around personal relationships. No interviews, no comments, no Instagram posts that could be decoded as confirmation. The two of them are handling this the way they've handled everything, by refusing to give the public what it wants until they're ready to give it on their own terms. She's not trying to force a relationship, the insider claimed, adding that the two enjoy spending time together when their schedules align. With Elordi reportedly preparing to leave Los Angeles for filming, distance could also play a role in keeping things casual. The specter of distance, always the enemy of new relationships, especially in Hollywood, looms over whatever Kendall and Jacob are building. If Elordi leaves Los Angeles for a film shoot in ways that no amount of FaceTime can fully compensate for. The insider explained that the 818 Tequila founder's hesitation appears to be easing. She's more open to it now, the source added, noting that the pair are keeping it pretty casual for now. But there's interest there. The door is opening, slowly, cautiously, with Kendall's hand on the handle and the entire internet watching. Whether she walks through it and whether Jacob is still standing on the other side when she does, remains the unanswered question at the center of this entire story. The Met Gala, scheduled for the first Monday in May 2026, represents the next major moment for this nascent couple. With Zoe Kravitz and Harry Styles reportedly engaged, and Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi supposedly dating, young love is in the air this spring. But the question is, will it be on the Met steps? The 2026 Costume Institute Gala is scheduled to take place on Monday, with Jenner and a bevy of other A-listers slated to be in attendance. If Kendall and Jacob arrive together at the Met Gala, the rumor becomes a reality. If they arrive separately, or if one doesn't attend at all, the ambiguity will continue to fuel speculation for months to come. And then there's the Bieber factor that simply will not go away. Justin Bieber was reported by a celeb outlet under the headline, "Justin Bieber chooses ex Kendall Jenner over wife after steamy photo shoot." Headlines like that, sensationalized, provocative, designed to generate clicks, demonstrate how the media ecosystem keeps recycling the Justin Kendall narrative, regardless of the current reality. Every new development in Kendall's love life will be filtered through the Bieber lens. Every new man will be compared to, measured against. The truth is probably simpler than the headlines suggest. Kendall Jenner is a 30-year-old woman who is getting to know a 28-year-old man. They share friends, a social circle, and a mutual attraction that has been building for months. Justin Bieber is her friend's husband, a man she's known since childhood, and the host of the party where the world accidentally found out about her latest romance. There may be no warning. There may be no secret message. There may only be the quiet, complicated reality of people living their lives in a fishbowl, where every dinner, every party, every Instagram caption is treated like evidence in a trial. The public never stops adjudicating, but that's the nature of the world these people live in. Nothing is ever just dinner. Nothing is ever just a caption, and nothing that happens at Justin Bieber's afterparty stays at Justin Bieber's afterparty. Kendall and Jacob will either become official or quietly fade. Justin will either comment or stay silent. And the fans, the believers, the Kardashian stans, the euphoria obsessives, from the crumbs that fall from the table of fame, what nobody can deny is that the convergence of all these storylines at Coachella 2026 created a perfect storm, a pop star's comeback performance, a supermodel's secret romance, an actor's transition from teen heartthrob to serious leading man, a matchmaking sister, a best friend's husband with a complicated past. Every single element collided on one Saturday night in the desert, and the shockwaves are still rippling outward. Whether the story that emerged from that collision is a love story, a cautionary tale, or just another chapter in the never-ending Kardashian-Jenner saga, only time will tell. But here's what we know for certain. On a warm April night in 2026, Justin Bieber stood on stage in front of 125,000 people and sang about gratitude, about family, about healing. And somewhere behind him, in the crowd or in the VIP section or at the after party that bore his name, two people he has connections to were quietly beginning something new. The Biebercella moment will be remembered for the music, the comeback, and the cultural reset. But for those who follow the celebrity world closely, it will also be remembered as the night Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi stopped being a secret, and the night the internet decided to make Justin Bieber part of that story, whether he wanted to be or not.